Georgie Cooper identifies Veronica Duncan as his next target. He uses his younger brother, Sheldon, to force an introduction. Sheldon is tutoring Veronica in trigonometry, providing Georgie with the necessary social bridge. Georgie learns that Veronica is a rebellious girl. He formulates a plan for Halloween. He invites her to the local Baptist church's Heck House, a haunted attraction designed to scare teenagers away from sin. Georgie's objective is tactical. He expects the dark corridors and sudden scares to drive Veronica into his arms. They enter the house together. The tour leads them into a room dedicated to the sin of lust. An actor dressed as Satan stands over a bed, narrating a scene of a woman who traded her youth for money. The actor shouts about shame and venereal disease. The performance is loud and visceral. Veronica does not scream. She stares in silence. The graphic depiction of consequences triggers a sudden psychological shift. The guilt of her past behavior takes hold. When they reach the heaven room at the end of the tour, the date ends. Veronica ignores Georgie. She runs toward a woman dressed as an angel and falls to her knees. She sobs, begging for religious salvation and a chance to change her life. The pastor's wife begins a prayer. Georgie stands in the shadows, watching his calculated plan result in a religious conversion. He realizes his attempt at manipulation has backfired. His date is gone, replaced by a devout believer. He exits the building alone. Sheldon Cooper rejects the standard Halloween attire of ghosts and monsters. He puts on a brown corduroy suit and a turtleneck. He is Carl Sagan. His peers wear Superman capes and wizard robes, but Sheldon focuses on the precise visual identification of the host of Cosmos. He steps out into the neighborhood, expecting recognition for his intellectual rigor. The reality is different. At every door, the adults offer blank stares. They ask if he is a junior accountant or a generic teacher. One neighbor mistakes him for a magician. Sheldon corrects them with facts about the universe, but the responses remain empty. He watches his friends collect candy while he collects insults to his intelligence. The town displays a complete lack of scientific literacy. Sheldon's frustration turns into cold arrogance. He views the night as a testament to the low average IQ of the population. He walks past rows of pumpkins, feeling isolated by his own knowledge. Then, the group reaches another house. An elderly woman opens the door and looks Sheldon up and down. She does not ask questions. She identifies him immediately as Carl Sagan. The weight of the night's failures lifts. Sheldon does not smile. He experiences a moment of pure clinical vindication. The recognition from a single stranger outweighs the ignorance of the entire town. He has proven his point. To Sheldon, being understood is a higher form of currency than sugar. He stands on the porch, finally satisfied that his accurate recreation found its target. 9-year-old Sheldon Cooper selects Psychology 101 as his high school elective. He bypasses woodshop and agriculture to analyze human motivation. For a Thanksgiving assignment, Sheldon treats his family as test subjects. He assigns them codes and records their interactions on a handheld device. A conflict emerges when his father considers a coaching job in Oklahoma. Sheldon observes the escalating tension between his parents. He categorizes their marriage as a zero-sum game, noting that what benefits one must harm the other. While sitting on the porch with Dr. Sturgis, Sheldon forms a specific hypothesis. He predicts his father will perform a meaningless symbolic gesture to reclaim a sense of dominance. a red Pontiac Fiero, immediately pulls up to the curb. The prediction is accurate. During his classroom presentation, Sheldon details the family discord and the car purchase. However, the scientific detachment vanishes. He speaks about the specific changes a move would bring, unfamiliar smells in a new house, and the presence of different teachers. The facts trigger an emotional response he cannot control. He stops the lecture and walks out, stating he has wasted his life. In the car, his grandmother identifies his behavior as repressed emotion regarding the fear of change. Sheldon stops arguing and agrees to visit Radio Shack. He shifts from a neutral observer to a child, facing the reality of an uncertain future. Sheldon Cooper watches a film about intelligent apes and conceives a plan to engineer a superior human race. He titles the project Homo Novus. He begins the experiment on his sister, Missy, believing that if he can educate her, he can command a race of super-intelligent subordinates. He first employs the Socratic method. He attempts to extract mathematical knowledge from Missy by asking targeted questions about a banana cream pie. Missy ignores the logic and focuses on her dislike of the flavor. The attempt to prove she possesses innate knowledge fails. Sheldon visits the library to research radical educational theories. He informs the librarian that his subject is significantly behind and shifts his strategy to B.F. Skinner's behavior modification. He considers using electric shocks, but decides against it to avoid legal consequences. He chooses a psychological lever instead. He takes Missy's favorite Cabbage Patch doll hostage and sets up a video camera to document the process for history. Sheldon stands before Missy with a pair of scissors. He threatens to cut the doll's pigtails unless Missy masters advanced calculus. The threat does not produce intellectual growth. It results in a violent physical altercation. The experiment concludes with Sheldon and his brother sitting on the sofa, nursing black eyes and bruised faces. Their mother stands over them, offering no sympathy. The genius's attempt to manufacture a new man ends in a standard sibling brawl. Sheldon realizes that behavioral science cannot overcome a sister's physical retaliation. Sheldon Cooper witnesses his older brother Georgie being threatened by a school bully named Tommy. Instead of retreating,